Kia ora koutou I te whānau, kia orana, ni bula, talofa. My name is Whaea Bec and I'll be your art teacher for this session. For those of you that have been joining in the last couple of times, it's been really great having you along, and those of you that are new, welcome, and I hope you're ready to get your creative game on today. So over the last few episodes, well actually for all of them, we've been looking at the theme Ko Waiau, who am I? And we've been documenting who we are through a variety of creative projects as to kind of create the idea that we're making a time capsule during this rāhui, this lockdown, documenting who we are, how we feel about it, and having some fun with exploring materials and thinking of ways that we can make things when we don't have usual art supplies. So today we're going to carry on with Ko Waiau, and we're going to look at you and your pet. So what kind of pōtiki, what kind of pet do you have if you do have a pet? I've got a dog, a kuri, and he's lovely. He's a big dog. His name is Brad Pitt, and we named him that because he's very good looking. It's probably a silly name, but that's his name. You might have a fish, ika, a goldfish, or something similar. You might have a cat, ngiru. Or if you don't have any pets, you might have a super cute soft cuddly toy that you like. Or you might have a spider on your windowsill that you're rather fond of. Whatever you have, or whatever you would like to have as a pet, maybe that's what you could draw today. Oh, I'm just thinking, some of you might be on a farm. You might have a pet cow or a chicken, something like that. Actually, I was talking to online to a girl in my class the other day at my usual school, and she has a pet chicken in her bedroom. It's just a little chick at the moment, so it's not too big and annoying her. So what we're going to need is, if you've got a pencil or a pen, that would be a great place to start. If you don't have any of the materials that I'll use today, try and think of a creative way of doing it another way. Have a talk to your whānau and see what they can suggest. Go and see what materials you have. You might have to look under your bed, have a look around and see how you get on. So today we're going to look at some keywords before we get started. We're going to look at the word sketch, hua, and the word cartoon, pakiwaituhi. And those are going to be our keywords for today. So, how to draw a dog, and I've got one here that I've laid out the steps of how I drew my little dog here, and I thought we could quickly go through that together because I've got some other ways that I want to show you how to do it. So if you watched into the last episode, we did our hands and our feet, and we broke them down into simple shapes before we drew around them, and that's the same thing that we're doing here. Let's just start with some simple heads. Now I'm going to do a dog because that's what I have at home, and hopefully thinking about using basic shapes for your pet will help you. So depending on the shape of your dog's head, my dog's head is sort of it's a bit triangular, but it's very round as well. So I did that as a basic shape. And then he's got kind of floppy ears, so I'll draw those over the top. So using basic shapes is a really good place to start. And if you're looking at pakiwaituhi as more of a cartoon sketch, keep your lines fairly simple. And then you can add on eyes. He's got a big black nose. And he's got a very large dog smile because he's a happy boy. Okay, something a little bit more tricky. Let's have a go at drawing our full body dog. So as you can see, we've started here with two circles, and one is larger, the one at the front where the dog's chest is, and the one at the back is smaller. So if we draw on the back one, and then the front one is here. And then the next step showing us to join the lines to make the body. Whoop, it's gone a bit off there. And then our next step says to, or shows us to put the feet on. I actually find it's a lot easier to be looking at my pet rather than making one up, because I'm not very good, and some of you will be very good with your imagination, but I certainly need something to look at so I can get it accurate and just how I want it. Sometimes I draw from, I'll just put the back legs on, sometimes I draw from real life, and sometimes I use a reference picture or a picture of something so that I can copy that. That can make it quite easy because it's already a flat 2D picture that you're using. So we've got our feet on. This number 3, we are adding a head, so there's a bit of a neck going up there, and then there's another circle, a flat circle, an oval. Oh, I think mine's a bit low. Where's my rubber? Let's just fix that up. So I need to make the neck a little bit longer. Add the head on. And then you can see on the last step, that's when you can start adding all the details so that you can tell it's a dog. So if we put a tail on there, I like to, my dog, its tummy goes up and then its chest comes down, so I'm thinking about what he looks like. And then the shape of his head is kind of flat, and he's got a bit of a brow, and then he's got a very pointy nose, and then his little floppy ears come over here somewhere. So that can be just a good way to start experimenting with drawing your pet. Focus on the main shapes and then add the detail afterwards. I want to show you, I'm lucky enough to have a lovely Michael Tuffery print at my house, but I've brought it down to my art shed, and in it you can see a turtle and a fish. So when you do your drawing, you might want to make it with lots of pattern and line. I think it looks really amazing. Love that picture. Alright, on to our next experiment. Last time during our daily diary I used some ink and did some fingerprinting, and we're going to use it again today to create some pets with ink and our fingers. Alright, so let's see what we can do with these. I think I might swap and use a pen, and I've got some red ink here, some yellow, some blue, but I think I'll just stick with maybe just the red at the moment. So maybe you've got a little bird of some sort, so you can think about what that looks like. Put a little beak. Maybe it's got some little wings down the side. You might have a cat. So you can do a rounded, cats are quite round, aren't they? I might use my index finger for the base, for its body. Put its little triangle nose. Pointy ears for a cat. And a nice big tail flying up there. You can play around with that and have a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed doing those ones. What else? What might we might do a fish. So maybe that way around. I need to put a bit more ink on there. Maybe I use my little finger for a bit of the tail, and then we can draw over the top to get the shape. And there you have a goldfish. It's quite a fun activity to do. So no matter what age you are, you can try any of these, any drawings like these, and have a play, have fun, and see how you go. Just to show you some of the artwork that some of my students have done at my school, I've got this one behind me. It was done by a student a wee while ago. and she's just mad about horses, and we did some big sticker, we called them wall stickers, and we looked at line. We drew them in pencil first, and then we did paint, and then you can see she's added in some fancy patterns into parts of the horse's face just to make it a little bit more interesting. So there's another idea. Whatever you choose today and whatever materials you have, I hope you have fun with it. If you get frustrated at any point, have a break, come back to it fresh, and see how you go. But just keep creating and have fun while you're in your bubble. Oh, just one more thing, I'll show you my brooch. So this is actually a picture of my dog that I printed out, and this is a piece of bark, and I stuck the picture down on the bit of bark and painted it up a little bit, and then put the little clasp on the back, turned it into a brooch. So you might want to get a little bit crafty as well. Do you know, I'd love to see some of your creations, and if you are able to send them in, here are the details. Text 5811 if you can send me a photo from your phone, or there is an email there, info@hltv.co.nz, because I'd love to see your artwork. Just one more thing before I go. Just remember our keywords: sketch, huahua, and cartoon, pakiwai tuhi. And I hope you've had fun. I hope you'll have fun making those today, or maybe even tomorrow. And just another way that we can document who we are looking at our pets. So I hope I've given you enough ideas to keep you going creative wise today, and hopefully you'll send me some pictures and I can see what you've been up to. So I'm going to say my goodbyes, and then I might go outside and play with my dog. So ka kite popo, kia manuia. I'm going to get my jacket on and go play. Bye for now.